All right, guys, we're live. We're back. Episode 3, OG's Cornhole Podcast. I'm your host, Heath Jenkins. Got none other than my good friend and co host, the Rooster, with me. What up, Rooster?
Yep. What up?
Ain't nothing. How's your selection Sunday going, man?
I got my first bracket filled out. I don't like it. I don't like it. I never liked the first bracket. I got Duke going pretty far. That doesn't sit right with me.
No, me
I know
either.
you don't like to hear that being a Carolina guy.
Shout out to the Hills for sending Coach K's last home game as a L.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely shout out to that. That's for sure.
No
I love
Cincinnati
my Heels
team.
though. I mean, I think I'm going Arizona, man. I think I'm going Arizona to win it. I don't know why. I'm liking Arizona.
I got them coming out that side. I got, yeah, no Cincinnati teams this year. That's pretty depressing for me. No, that's, UC or Xavier. Um, but I got the AK Rowdies pick. That's Akron for the uninitiated. I always got to pick a MAC school. Being
Okay,
from
I
North,
was about to say who come out of y'all's conference because there's a lot of good little talent coming out
it
of
was
that conference.
the AK Rowdies, but it was supposed to be Kent Reed, Kent Wright, Kent State, but they got had some players suspended off some bull crap, man. I don't want to get into it specifically, but they made some video where just rapping and they got suspended, just being hype, whatever. But we
Is
got the
that not where my boy Gates come from, Kent State?
yeah, that's right.
Antonio
Yeah,
Gates? Yeah.
Antonio Gates when they made that run to the Elite Eight.
Yeah, nice. Hey, but before we get started on this one, man, first of all, I want to send some thoughts and prayers out to the whole Emerald City crowd. If anybody watched our episode 2, we had Trevor Brooks and his cousin Bubba, and they lost Bubba's dad, Tim Brooks, I believe. And man, I just want to send my thoughts and prayers out to them. I know that's a rough time. Let them know we all behind them and stuff. And they was just at the CCL finals, all having a good time and throwing bags. And then I think they lost to the next day. So big props, big ups to them,
Yeah,
man. We thinking about all them, the Emerald
of
City
course.
crowd, the whole upstate crowd, man. That's a tough deal. And speaking as like on the downside of everything, Meacham announced today that the CCL was done, man. I truly hated to hear that.
Oh man, this is breaking news for me right now. You just broke some news.
Yeah, man, I hated that, man. They do a good thing, and he's had a good thing. And him and Todd Bird's done a fabulous job over the years because, I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, doing one tournament's tough, but doing a whole tour or series, whatever you want to call it, is really tough. And hopefully we'll see them boys back. Give a little shout out to the CCL champions for this year. Jonathan Devine actually swept the singles and doubles, I believe. So shout out to him. And then the crew, Jimmy went for 4 straight and ended up losing. Him and Purser and the Corn Shack come up a little short to the Sandhill Slingers, which was Jason Tyson, Bobby Hunt, and that crowd. So shout out to all them boys.
You say
Uh,
Jimmy being Allegra, right?
yeah, Jimmy Allegra was going for 4 straight. It was him and Travis Purser and the Corn Shack crowd,
Okay.
Kevin Whitaker and one more, and they was going for 4 straight. And they pulled off the first game, but they didn't get to double dip. So
Dang.
uh,
Yeah, right.
Jimmy lost his studs last year, but he picked up 3 new ones, and I figured he'd be coming back this year. But I hate to see the CCL going out, no doubt.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Getting at that, have you been throwing any bags, man? What's been going on your way?
I've been throwing a little bit, man, here and there. It's it's hard during the week, and then the weekends, it's a coin flip, depending on the weather. Like this
Right.
week it was cold.
Oh yeah,
Like
it
cold
was
and
terrible.
windy. I wasn't going outside. There's no going outside.
No, I feel you. It was terrible this weekend. Oh,
But
I gotta throw something in there, a little jab at you.
go
Lincoln Charter played Mallard Creek Monday.
okay.
Did you
And
see the score?
I'm sure we took that L.
We have nothing. We have nothing. Hey, but we do have a kid that's going to ECU already signed.
Oh, dang.
Uh,
Okay.
he's touching 93, but the kid's already got 8 bombs already in like 9 games.
Dang.
He is stroking it. So
We got a
hopefully,
pretty nasty pitcher. I know that, but I just I guess he wasn't pitching that game.
Right, right.
We got a young guy. He's like a sophomore, like 6'4". Reds fan. That's all
Lefty,
I know
lefty
about.
or righty?
Shoot, I think he's a righty.
Righty. Nice.
Yeah,
See, our stud's a senior, so I mean, I mean, this is their year to make a run at it. If they're gonna make a run, so
right, for sure.
we'll see how that goes. And the boys 2-0 in middle school, so we took care of business.
Nice
Got
doing
our
work.
first weekend tournament this weekend. Excited about that for sure.
Oh hell
Uh,
yeah,
I won't make it down till Sunday. I'm actually going down to see the Wolfpack crowd, Livonia, Georgia, Friday night. Gonna
okay,
play a little bring your own partner with my boy Jody Cook, and then we're going
nice,
out to the dirt track Saturday to watch my buddy Patrick Lyons. He's
nice.
racing for $5 grand in the street stock, and actually one of his big supporters and sponsors is Harold Varner. I don't know if you've been watching the golf tournament day, but he's in the running, man. He's like top three, so I mean that's big
Yeah.
time.
No, that's great. Right.
Oh yeah, so that's huge, man. Looking forward to next weekend though, getting out with the little Georgia crowd and hanging out, meeting some
I'm
new people.
I'm looking forward to getting out to the Bolt Dog Open. I think that's next week. I'm looking at that calendar. Yeah, the Bolt Dog Open.
Oh
Uh,
man, I hate I'm missing that, man. Damn.
yeah, so Ryan LaBelle's throwing a tournament. I'm not sure exactly where it's at. Where you know where it's
I'm
at?
pretty sure it'd be at Scooters, man. If I had to bet on it,
That's right.
uh,
Oh
I've
yeah, it's
seen something about it.
100% at Scooters.
Right. Yeah. And shout out to Boat Dog. We took our first
Oh
episode and
yeah,
it was,
always.
yeah, well, we miss him. We love him. Everybody knows. And big shout out to them. But man, so everything else been good, man. Damn, you ready to go? You gonna
Oh
get in
yeah,
any
always
bags
ready.
or what
Born
you
ready.
doing?
Oh
Huh?
yeah.
You ready for summertime, huh?
I'm ready for summertime. I'm ready for spring break first, one step at a time.
Yeah, I
Like
hear you.
four more weeks of spring break, then opening day, which I'm just gonna take a minute and say is a travesty that the Cincinnati Reds are not starting at home in Cincinnati. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the Cincinnati Reds have started every game in Cincinnati because we are the first professional baseball team. And because of this lockout, we're starting in Atlanta, as I'm
Oh,
sure you already know. If you didn't know, there you go. Like we're starting in Atlanta, which is nice because it's spring break weekend, and there's a chance I can get down and see the Reds opening day. But seeing that the Braves are the world champs, I feel like that's a hot ticket.
oh,
You
it's
know,
gonna be, and they're
first,
getting their rings and stuff that weekend. And I'd actually thought about texting you and wanting to go, and but I had already committed. Here's some more breaking news. We'll be running some tournaments at the Honey Hunters, the local Gastonia League. We're gonna be doing some cornhole out there. It's gonna be free tournaments, just to kind of give the community the
yeah.
introduction to the game. Looking forward to that. I think that's gonna be great. I think that's got big things to come. But other than that, now I'm worried about Freddie, man. Where's he going? Yankees, Dodgers? Like, he better stay at the Braves,
Yeah,
bro.
right.
Like,
Y'all better sign him. Like, why would
I
you not?
mean, how do you not? I mean, you already got Acuna and Ozzy locked up. I mean, you keep Freddie there, you're gonna be in contention for the next 5 years. I mean,
Right. I mean, you already won without one of your best players already.
right? I mean,
And
it's
how you
it's
got him back, and then Fred, Reds,
yeah,
I just heard we traded Sonny Gray. Not that that really, he was a solid pitcher, but we'll see. We're a young squad. We
right.
got a top prospect. Every year is always another top prospect, though. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all have talent, man. I mean, I remember the days of Brandon Phillips when he come up, man. I always thought a lot about him. He reminds me a lot of Ozzy at second, if
Oh,
you
yeah,
want to
we
know.
got. I'm excited for our team. We do got a
I
lot of
mean,
talent. Rookie of the year, Jonathan India, ready to come
right?
back for his second year. Votto still bangs. People in Cincinnati know
Oh,
what that means, but Votto still bangs, and
that's why I feel like Freddie's so important, man. He's that Votto. He's that damn like veteran, that damn cornerstone of the lineup,
oh
the
yeah,
damn dugout. Like you need to keep them young dudes in check. And yeah, I mean, just
oh
is what it is.
for
But
sure.
let's get into a little cornhole, man. I don't know if you've seen it. Well, the national took place, and of course the goat got it done, man. Matt Guy. I mean, what can you say? He's the man, the myth, the legend. He's it. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not
like yeah,
shocked. I mean, that's what he does. He's played out there before. It's nothing new.
right.
I'm sure he's got a pretty solid routine for Vegas.
Well, he didn't win no singles events last year, so that really had to piss him off because he's
Oh yeah,
always been the best in singles, like no doubt, hands down. I mean, but
right.
as far as North Carolina though, we had several of the damn top dogs show out. Duncan ended up second in his bracket, made a good run. Josh Holland second in his bracket. Jamie Graham right there, top five. Eric Davis, top five. So North Carolina, definitely showed their worth and kind of hung in there and fucking did what they do. They right there around at the end. They got to get over that hump, which we've always battled. You know what I mean? We've
Yeah.
talked
Oh,
about
I
that
know.
for years, especially in singles. It seems like we've got over the doubles battle a little bit better than we have the singles battle. And Jamie was kind of the first one that got over that singles battle for the whole state. So, yeah, that was
Yeah,
a good interview. I appreciate him and Trevor coming on with us last month, man. That was a good little interview, man.
sure. For sure. Yeah, it was a lot of fun talking to them.
Oh yeah. All right, man. Well, we're gonna get back. We got none other than the one and only ACL rookie pro Derek Holland coming on with us. I mean, everybody's coming pumping up Josh, and by all means, he deserves it. But Derek's kind of flying under the radar, and there he is knocking off win after win, and you know what I mean. You've known him for years, and
Oh yeah, doing it quietly. Like he's always done it quietly. That's why his original nickname, he doesn't go by this now, but the original nickname was the Sniper. That's Ryan LaBelle say he just be picking people off. He
and
always
nobody.
stayed
I mean,
coming.
and I don't understand how they don't know him now and didn't see him coming because you remember 2017 when you made the run at Cobb's and you had a good run that year that first year in Cherokee. Hell, he ended up third in singles and then third in doubles with Roger Wright. So I mean, he was right there. No, he didn't chase the ACL after that. He kind of went the CCL route, but I mean, he's still a top player in the country, hands down. And
Oh, for
I,
sure.
I don't see how they're not. Everybody's on Josh. Don't get me wrong. I mean, because he went out and beat Birchfield, and Josh deserves the hype because he's that talented. But I truly believe Derek's right there. If not, Aunt Harry, your daddy's got to be better than his son, or want to be. I know, and we'll talk to Derek about that in just a minute, man.
Right. For sure.
All right, brother. Well, we'll be right back. We'll get with Derek. We'll get him on here, and we'll be right back. So hang on. We'll be right back with the OG's Cornhole Podcast. All right, guys, we're back with the one and only ACL Rookie Pro, which I don't call him a rookie, but others might. None other than Derek the Sniper Holland, as far as Rooster called him. But Derek, man, thanks for joining us, man. I appreciate you.
You're welcome, man. This my computer just changed screens here on me real quick.
Okay, I'll send the tech woman out there to get with you. He is live at the gas house compound, by the way, and we appreciate him coming over. We've been trying to get this out there for a couple of weeks now, and just we all stay so busy. And it's so tough to get everybody together at the same time. But Rooster, have at him, man. Have a little fun with Derek, man.
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, where's that other one that you brought into this world, Josh? I definitely always have a few words I got to say to him. Where's he at? He's scared. He doesn't want a piece of gas house right now. He didn't want no part of the OGs.
He's hanging out at the house. They went to get some supper or something. Him and the girlfriend, and
Oh man, excuses,
I
excuses.
tried to get him to come out with me.
See, he stole my style. He stole my throw. He stole everything about it. And I'll tell you, I was at one tournament one time, and somebody hit the bag off the back while on an airmail.
Yeah.
And man, I heard somebody like, "Oh man, that was the Josh Holland shot." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Man, I've been doing that years before Josh Holland. I was doing that to Josh Holland."
Yeah. I remember.
But anyway, man, yeah. So I was caught off guard. He called you a rookie? You said a rookie, Heath? That's a rookie?
He's a rookie ACL pro.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's flying under the radar. That's why they call you the Sniper. How do you like being under the radar?
I'm good with it. A lot of the older players that's been in it for a while know me pretty good, but it's usually the newer players that are starting to know who I am, I guess.
Yeah, well,
You
yeah, under the radar might be the wrong word because all the older players do know you, all the pros know you, but you're not talked about as much. Why is that? Do you need to make a little noise? Do you think you need to talk a little bit? Do we need to pump you up here at the OGs a little bit more? What's up?
I think this year, really, I'm just getting out playing more this year, getting to more tournaments. Where before I was just playing a lot of local stuff and not really getting out and seeing a lot of people. So I think now with us traveling all over and playing, I think I'm gonna make a name for myself pretty soon. A lot of
Oh,
people
yeah.
that didn't know who I am will know who I am.
Well, they're slowly learning because apparently you won a tournament yesterday with Josh, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, that was down in West Georgia Cornhole down there at the Bag and Bash. We had I think it was 148 teams down there. A lot of pros. There's at least probably 15, 20 pros in the house, and we end up coming and winning that.
15 to 20 known pros, that is, because there's a lot of other guys that are under the radar too that you just don't know about. And that's the beauty of this game, I think, is like there's guys that can come out of nowhere at any given time and just be lights out.
Yeah, so a lot of times when you don't know who you're playing, you still got to step up to the board and pretend you're playing against somebody that you do know it's a top player.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I've definitely fallen victim to looking past to the next round. I feel like a lot of people have fallen victim to that. You're at a tournament. It's like, okay, you're not paying attention to the game in front of you. You're looking at the next round. It's like, oh, okay, I got the winner of this one or this one. And you're more concerned about that one than the guy you're throwing. And then next thing you know, you're down 19-7.
Yeah,
It's like, oh,
exactly
shoot.
right.
It's like, damn, I'm about to blow this.
Yeah.
Well, Derek, they said rookie, and I want to go back to like 2017, the first year of Cops. You made a heck of a run in singles and doubles. You and Roger Wright ended up what, top 3 or 4 in doubles,
We finished fourth in doubles, and I end up finishing third in singles.
and that was the year it was Langworthy and Baldwin right in the finals. Was
Yes.
that the first year?
No, that was that year was Scott Lane.
Yep, with the
Dale
Ming
Smith.
bags. With the Ming bags, you remember?
And Dale Smith.
Dale
Yep.
Smith. Shout out to Dale. I love me some Dale. I hope to see him. I like to get him on here. I love me some Dale Smith. I've always been a big Dale Smith fan. But and that's what I'm kind of getting at. Like they might call you a rookie now, but like you was there right there in the top 5 with the best, in the country at that point because they put up big money back then. And I feel like the best of the best come in. But you went the CCL route the last few years. Talk a little bit about that and the competition you had to face and stuff like that. And y'all was what 3-time national champs with the CCL?
Yeah, we did the CCL because it was a more local, from like Virginia down to, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, kind of more East Coast.
Right.
And it was giving me where I could play more without taking a lot of time off from work for traveling. So we stuck with the local stuff and we won it, 3 years straight. Got 3 championship rings for that.
Just give a little bit about your team and who was some of the tough teams y'all had to face over the years. Because I mean, y'all was stacked in back for sure.
Yeah, it was me, my son, Duncan, and Jimmy Allegra. The first year in there, we had me, my son Duncan, and me, myself, Jimmy, and Chris Byers, Breadman, was the
Right.
first year, and then after that, we picked up Jimmy, and we played with Jimmy, us 4, for the next 3 years.
So you was a 4-time national champ.
It was, yeah, the first year we won the championship, but it wasn't, they didn't give rings out or anything like that. The next year is when they did it. So we got 3 championship rings after that.
All right. Well, who is kind of some of the people you've noticed not from the Carolinas this year as you've become an ACL pro? Who are some of the new up and comers in the game that like we might not know about that you've run across? I know we've only had one national, but you've seen them in opens and everything else. Who are some of the up and comers that maybe you've run across and had a battle with this season right here?
You got a lot of young guys in it this year. You got all the Cobb guys in there. Got some people out of Florida. You got Cody Johnson out of Florida.
He's OG though. He might have been around before you was actually. You remember him, Rooster?
Yeah,
He's
Gary
like 12,
Johnson was
13 in the ACO days, and he was really good back then.
he was definitely around before. He was throwing back in like 08, 09, maybe 10. He was there part of the collapse here.
Right. He was like one of your better players. Well, Malone's always been a staple in Florida, and
Yeah.
but he's been right there with Malone. I feel
And
like, but I think he took 4 or 5
He was
years
there
off. But
before Malone. Yeah, he took off some time. He was the first legit Florida person as far as
shout
I
out
know.
to him and Kyle Malone. They actually won the national in Vegas, man. So
yeah. And they
big ups to them.
were actually at the Bag and Bash this weekend also. They
Was
played.
it? Did y'all have to play them? Did y'all run into them?
Yeah, they were our second or third game. Second game, I think.
Second game, y'all got them.
Yeah.
Didn't have to see them again. Now, I noticed y'all had to double dip this weekend. Who put y'all in the losers bracket?
Jamie Graham and Jacob Gore.
Well, I
Oh, wow.
noticed it was like out of the top 5, I think it was like 4 North Carolina teams. So if any state in the country wants to come and bring it and yak up this tree, they can. Because I don't see nobody beating. Best out of 5, you got Derek, Josh, Duncan, Jamie, and Eric Davis. Bring 5, and I might not have as much money as the rest of them, but I got $100 on it. This says they ain't taking the best out of 5 out of that 5. So any state in the country, bring it. You can message me, and I'm sure I got a couple around North Carolina that would back me a little bit. But I don't see no other state. And Rooster, that's including your Ohio and Kentucky and
Hey man, I'm a
all
North
that
Carolinian
up there.
now.
But
I rep both. But yeah, you set a top list right there. I ain't messing with it.
I mean, I don't see no state in the country. Derek, you see any state that's got 5 that's coming to beat y'all?
There's some strong states out there. I mean, we might have some battles, but I feel like with the guys that we have, we should be able to take that.
I truly believe that too. And I mean, you can
I mean,
put up.
Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio are your contenders. They're the contenders right there. Illinois,
Well,
gotta give that a
you got to
shout out.
put Florida in there. Now Campbell's down there. You got Sorrells. You got
Virginia's pissed off
Campbell.
listening to this right now because we ain't mentioned them.
Well, oh yeah, you still got Baldwin and
Yeah,
Lucas and
I
Dings,
mean,
and
yeah, you
I
could
think
say you could
Mike
say
Lucas and Michael Dings is like the most underrated team of all time. They go underrated, but they still end up in the top 10, like
Yeah.
every national.
I'm going Carolina, Kentucky, and Ohio as my top 3 states. I'm biased. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hey, I feel you. I mean, it's hard to argue with that though. I mean, because oh man, Ohio, you got what? Birchfield, Henderson, Eric Anderson, Hisner. Uh, who would be their 5th?
I
Ohio.
mean,
Y'all give me Chucky Love. Chucky Love's been on one all year, man.
I
Chucky
thought Rick
kept going,
Rick
man.
Mays has a shot being there.
Yeah, Jeff Reynolds. Is Jeff Reynolds Kentucky or Ohio?
No, I thought he was Cleveland.
That's why. So he'd
Yeah,
be in the conversation. He's been throwing really good this year. And then Kentucky, who you got? You got Matt,
Matt, Brett.
Brett. You got Damon
Hey,
Dennis, Damon
Yeah,
Dennis, Philip Hayden. Uh, Lester ain't been on it
yeah.
like the Lester of
I was gonna
old.
say you'd normally be able to throw him in there.
Oh yeah, Lester's OG, and I'm looking for him to get his
You
strap
throw
back.
Derek in there.
Derek
Zakaline.
King, Zocolon. Now Kentucky could go deep. Now don't get me wrong; they got a lot of talent. I ain't taking nothing away from none of them. I just feel like if you put your best 5 up, North Carolina's got 5 that's going to win 3 out of 5. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I totally feel that, man, and it's a big part with the Hollands. I mean, it starts right there. Derek, what's it kind of mean to you to be able to share this experience with your son, and like him being one of the best players in the country, as well as you, and what I mean, I know it's just got to be awesome to be able to travel and do this with your boy.
Yeah, I always played with Jimmy Allegra for years before my son actually got to the level he's at, and then we decided to start playing together. And I love playing with him, and I feel like we're a team to reckon with now together. We just play good together. We got that good vibe together. We talk to each other about it, and all that stuff. So.
Well, tell me a little bit about how y'all got to this level and who pushed y'all to be at this level, and how y'all got there.
Well, me being such a competitive player, being so competitive and wanting to win everything I play in, I wanted to always play the people that was better than me to make my game better. And back when I started out, it was, Crystal Man and Rooster himself there and, Danny Blank, Shane Andrews. I seen those guys and I was like, that's the guys I want to play. They're probably going to beat me every time I play them, but that's only going to make my game better.
And that's what it's done. So what y'all do? I mean, me and you talked about it a little bit before we started recording, but give the people a little bit of the insight of what y'all did and what made y'all take that next step from being a average player that when you come in you was average. I feel like
Yeah.
uh, to the game, like you had thrown some bags, like you wasn't a bottom player by far, but we talked about it earlier. Nobody wanted to draw Josh at one point at City Cafe, and like now, everybody would give $100 to draw Josh. You know what
I
I mean?
want
So, what? Give me a little insight on the work y'all put in behind the scenes at the house.
Well, I made him. He wanted back in the time. He wanted to play video games and this and that. I'm like, I just need somebody to throw cornhole with me. I wanted to get good at playing cornhole, and I was like, you just get on the other end of the board and just throw them back to me. I said we don't have to play against each other. I said just throw the bags back to me, and we did that for a while. And then we started doing some one-on-one battles, and then it got to where we started getting some family members over and playing out in the yard and everything. And then we started going to some tournaments here and there, and just started winning some tournaments and stuff. And then he started enjoying it more. And then it just took off from there.
Oh man, he looks happy now, and he's smooth, man. He's one of the best players in the country. And shout out to his girlfriend too, Keely. It seems like she's got him on a tight leash, but a good tight leash. You know what I mean?
Well, the good thing is she loves cornhole as much as he does.
That's what I'm saying. She's right there beside him on all of it, and that's great.
Yeah.
Rooster, what you got for him, man? I seen you ready to chime in a little bit.
I was gonna say I want to rewind it before he started throwing all the time. When did you first run into the game? Like, what was the first bags you picked up?
I was at a cookout at my cousin's house, and that's when it was nobody knowed about resin bags. It was just all corn bags back then. And we would go over and just have a little cookout at his house and get the bags out, and everybody put a couple dollars in the pot. Winner takes all, and that's kind of where I learned the game from. Actually, didn't take it seriously, and we just played it as a backyard fun game. And then I started seeing where they were doing tournaments where you could actually get in tournaments and win money. And me myself wanting to be more competitive at it. I was like, I need to practice at this and play in some of these tournaments and just see if I can win anything.
Yeah, let's be real. In the backyard, you were really trying to win. Like, you were competitive. You just didn't want to let anybody know about it. Like, yeah.
That's it.
Like, you can tell us. You don't have to. You don't have to lie.
I told Heath before, like when we went over there, and they always beat me because they had been playing the game longer than I have. So I told my son when we left, I said, I'm gonna get the plans off of these boards, the sizes of them and stuff, and I'm gonna go to Lowe's to get some wood. And I'm gonna build a set of boards. And I said, man, you're gonna practice out there in the driveway until we can go over there and beat them.
Right.
Hey, and y'all did, man. And unfortunately, Crystal's done about give it up, and Shane now he's making a comeback. But like y'all are like the top gas house, Gaston County. Like y'all been representing me. I appreciate that personally. As far as I hadn't been able to afford to send y'all here and there. Like shout out to Scooters and Kevin Arnold. He's been taking care of y'all this year, and damn cat bags. How did that come about? Where y'all got with the cat bags and that sponsorship?
Josh run across somebody that was throwing some cat bags, and he kind of liked all the logos they had on them. The artwork on them. I would say the cats and different the eagles and the different bags that they had. And he picked a set up and started throwing them, and he really liked them. And then he found the Cat 3 is which one that he stuck with the most, and he really liked it. And I had never even seen the bag until he got a set of them. And then we started throwing them, and then he ended up winning 2 opens with the cat bags.
And which ones was that? Well, I know he beat San Diego, beat Birchfield, and they call that the greatest game of cornhole. Or a lot of people do.
He won Kentucky Open. Came down to him and Tanner Halbert in the championship. And he
Tanner's solid. That's another Florida, man. That's what I say. You got Florida. You got him. You got Camba now. You got Sorrells. Like Florida's got to be right there in that the Rawls. Like it's tough.
Yeah.
All right, what do you what is your expectations for this season with you and Josh? Y'all had a solid start to the season. What, second in your bracket at the first national?
Yeah, second
Is
in
that
the row.
right? And
National.
who beat y'all? Was it
It was Trey Birchfield, Alex Rawls. We had to double dip them. We got them the first game, and then they came back and got us the second game.
I mean, you're going into this national with a good bracket. I kind of looked at it, peeked at it a little bit. Do you feel like y'all can come out of there and win it, and win the whole thing? And
I'm
I
thinking
feel
if we stay where we're at now, the way both of us are throwing right now and vibing back and forth together, I think we can win the whole thing.
nice. I do too, man. And we're pulling for you. We're big supporters, man. You've always supported me over the years, and I truly appreciate it.
Okay.
Uh, but man, I'm excited, man. I'm so excited to see. And now, what's your singles? How did your singles go in Vegas? I didn't get to keep up with that quite as well.
Uh, the two games that I lost, I gave both those games up to. I played Scott Lane in one, and I had him 20-13.
Yeah.
And I thought the boards were a little long. And then I went to slide up for a block shot, hit the front of the board. And I was
Right.
like, well, and then he went in. I'm like, okay, I'm going to block again. So I went for a block shot again and hit the front of the board again. I was like, yeah, the boards are off. Well, he ended up, I had two on the front of the board, and then I threw one off the back trying to shoot an airmail over his and gave him the points he needed. But I needed 1 point to win. That game is one of the games I lost.
You gave him 8 points in that round right there.
Do what now?
You gave him all 8 points in that round right there.
I did.
Man, that's a heartbreaker.
That
Yep.
sounds like me, don't it, Rooster?
I've been there.
That
Hey,
sounds like
look,
some
I've
shit
been
I'd
there.
do.
He
We've
threw a
all
four
been-
bagger, and I had one bag on the board.
Yeah, right. No, I feel you. I feel your pain. That's all I was trying to say. Yeah, we all been there, man.
And I was just trying to close it out to get that last point, and I messed it
Right.
all up.
Hey, but Scott Lane's no slouch, man. Scott Lane's been around a long time, man. He's definitely OG, man. I've known Scott myself for over like 10, 12 years, and he's stud, and Chris Cuccia, shout out to Chris and them. I met a lot of them when I went down on vacation like 10 plus years ago. Danny Dow, that whole Orlando crowd. So they're all great people, man, and respect to them, no doubt. Scott's no joke. Glad to see him back.
Also.
What's he throwing now? He throwing locals?
They were
Sponsored by
throwing,
locals?
what were they throwing?
I think he's sponsored by local. I believe he's sponsored by. I think because they only got a few. They got Henderson, Hissner. I think it's Lane Kachia and maybe Langworthy pair. They've only got a few.
Okay,
They got studs, ain't no doubt.
but they actually came and played in the bag and bash, him and Chris Gucci.
Oh, did it? Yeah, they're down that way, no doubt. They didn't do. Did y'all run into them or?
We never had to play them, no.
Yeah, well, they wasn't around at the end if y'all didn't have to play them.
Uh,
So who got you the next one? How did it go? Who was it?
in you talking about the bag and bash or?
No, the singles in Vegas.
Oh, Andrew Guy. He was throwing the BGs. They were sticking up on the hole, and I kept shooting the airmails going over there. And there was two different airmails I shot that should have went in, but they hit top of his bag and knocked two of his bags in. And I went off the back and gave him that game, which I should have boarded up for a wash. But you know me, I'm trying to end the game.
Well, I'm kind of glad you mentioned him. No, anyway, that's a Duke player from the upstate South Carolina. And he's kind of come on the scene out of nowhere, but definitely getting respect, man. He's getting in there and he's battling with the best, and he's doing his thing. Shout out to my boy Steins, man. He's out there on the grill, damn still. I can see him walking by Derek out there. He's got a thing full of food in his hands.
Put it up.
He's got the UPS way going over there, but we'll give a big shout out.
Y'all
to
do
my
it
boy
right
Steins
over there for sure.
But Derek, give me a little expectations of what y'all looking for the whole year. You think y'all can win this thing? I think y'all truly have a chance to win the world championship.
Yeah, I think we can do it. We if the thing is like here lately, it's been either he's on fire or I'm on fire in a game. If we can get that vibe to where we're both on fire at the same time and stay that way, then I don't see anybody beating us.
The sky's the limit. I mean, ain't no doubt. I feel like y'all both are top 10-ish players, like on any given day in the whole country. Like I ain't talking North Carolina. I'm talking the whole country. I feel like y'all can be right there in that top 10. And a lot of people has looked over you because Josh has got so much height. And rightfully so. I mean, he's beat Birchfield, he's beat the top names, but right there, I mean, you the one that taught him the game. You was there. You the one winning all the money. But I mean, man, I'm truly excited to see what y'all can do this year, man, and we definitely gonna be pulling for y'all.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Rooster, what you got for him? You got anything?
Hey, I just think Josh should be really, really thanking you that you got him off the video games and into the world of cornhole. So like, that's a whole lot of money you just made him right there. All you wanted was just somebody to throw the bags back at you.
And that's about all we needed. It. Well, I
Right.
mean,
Look what
still
you
at this
started.
point, he's
First
still
of
fucking.
all, you should have been walking back and forth. I'm just saying that's what I used to do. It's like you just gotta walk your ass back and forth, you know. But man, you started a whole career just because you didn't want to walk back and forth. I think that's great.
Yeah. And what's really good is we play together, and he lives with me, so any tournament we just jump into the car and go together.
Oh, I think that's great. Yeah, you have constant competition at all times.
Yep.
That top three cornhole family team of all time. You obviously got Matt and Brett in there. What's a family duo that you can throw in the top three with them? I mean, Holland's top three. It doesn't have to be father son.
That mid Bud Light, you know.
Who are some brothers that can throw? Heath, I know you know more than I do. Like who?
That's a good question, man. That kind of stumps me for a minute.
Like
I
you
mean,
got
of course,
brothers.
Matt and Brett. Like I
Yeah.
think Matt and Brett and him and Josh would be the ultimate match, man.
Yeah,
Like
well, Matt and Brett's
that.
locked in the top three for sure. It was like the
And,
Hollands, I feel like are in the top three. Like who's bumping them out? Like, and if they're not getting bumped out, who's entering that conversation with them?
well, you got. I mean, you got to. I think put Eric Davis, Robbie Davis in the conversation, and
Yeah.
that's North Carolina still
What
again.
about the Gore brothers?
Their dad's good. Don't get me wrong, but
Well, it
he
doesn't
don't
have to be
play
father
enough.
son. It doesn't have to be father
Oh,
son,
now
brother.
you
Just
talking
family.
family now.
Just
You talking
family.
family. That
Yeah,
opens
just
up.
family.
Yeah, if you talking family, you talking the whole like these
Doors wide
Cobb
open.
brothers. Derek, where's the Cobb brothers from? Mississippi or something? They got like 3 or 4 of them, and they're all legit.
Yeah, they're down that way, like Mississippi, Alabama area down there. You got Tyler, Tyson, Tubby Cobb, and they're all solid players.
They're all legit. And who's some other families in the game y'all can think of? I mean, there's several of them. Uh, who's the boys in the ACO that's pretty good?
Who you got? I don't know. Alec Ryan and his dad. That's
I
a
don't know them.
father son.
I've seen the
They
name.
play,
I don't know them personally.
they play together. They're from Tennessee, and
Okay.
they can be strong at times too.
Okay. What was the dudes from ACO that hurt? Was it hurt?
Yeah.
Caleb Hurt?
Yep.
Don't he got a brother or something that's pretty good?
Yeah. You got Caleb and I know his name. I can't even think of it at the time.
Yeah, they're pretty solid too. The ACO still got some shooters over there. Now, I mean,
Yeah.
of course, I feel like that's the kind of the minor leagues. Personally, I mean, you know what I mean. That's kind of the stepping stone because once you get there, like the King of Cornhole didn't even come over this year. I couldn't believe that. What was his name? Gary Ferguson. You ever played him? Know anything about him?
I don't personally. I haven't played him or anything, um, but looks like to be a solid player.
Where's
I
he
mean,
from?
that's what I was kind of getting at. He's from the Tennessee area.
Yeah.
Uh, I guess we'd have to get LaBelle on here. He could tell us, or Chris Clark. They could tell us a lot more about the ACO.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I don't have a whole lot that I know about them, but damn, they still selling out majors, and damn, like ACO is still killing it. I just don't think it's. I think it's the minor leagues. You know what I mean? It's
I
that
have
stepping
opinions.
stone to the big boys.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah,
What
I
do you?
have
What?
yeah, they're basically they market pretty well. So there's still people being introduced to the world of cornhole every day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like for the longest time you type cornhole in, they were the first thing that would come up.
Yeah.
Right now you type cornhole in, I don't know, does ACI I would imagine comes up first. So I feel like they're slowly going to start having their numbers go down just because of the sheer exposure ACL gets. You know, what exposure does ACL get? I don't see anything outside of whatever's on, my social media feed.
Yeah.
Hey, Derek, so tell me your favorite tournament you've won. Like, it don't matter if it's ACL, ACO, CCL, backyard. What is the favorite tournament? It might be in who you beat or how much money it was. Give me your favorite tournament of all time you've won and one that you want to win that you hadn't won yet.
Uh, I'd say ACO back in the day. I had some pretty good tournaments in those. One in Georgia, me and Jamie Graham ended up in that one. That was a really stacked one. You had Tanner Halbert, and it was a big list back then. It was a lot of the top players then, and I ended up coming through that one. And I want to say the one in Tennessee, where it came down to me and Damon Dennis in the championship, and I ended up pulling that one out and winning that one.
Was that a singles?
That was a singles, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, was that a ACO, ACL, or was that the whole meal? Because
that was ACL, and all the players were there. You had, at Matt, Brett, Damon Dillis, Philip Hayden, all the Kentucky people was there. Lester Price, Steve Vanderveer.
Oh, that's big names. I mean,
it was the whole stack field. It was all the best players there. And I caught
what
fire in that.
What year was that? You remember what year that was?
I want to say probably 17, probably.
That was the year I mean, you've been on it no doubt since 15, 16. I feel like you've been a top player around here for sure. Kind of took the reins from Danny, Crystal, Shane, like we talked about a little earlier. But have you ever played the Andrew Roby? Have y'all ever won that one? In Charlotte?
No, I've never played that one.
I can't believe y'all hadn't played that one. That's been a big one. Brewster, you ever played that? You played that a time too.
Pitching for Wishes, isn't that what it's called?
Okay.
Yeah. I think Duncan and Brandon's got it the last few years. Derek, y'all might have to go over there and give some competition.
Yeah, we played the tossing for tots. I played that a couple of years. And
now, who does that?
End up winning both of those.
Well, I can't believe you didn't say the one you carried my big ass to when we won the damn Slider Cup in Kenansville. You remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was big time, man. Who was it? Who was on our squad that weekend, man?
Me, you, Roger Wright, I think, Eric Ryder, and Shook, I think.
Yes, it was. That was it. But, I mean, everybody was still
Eric
under
Ryder
one
came
building.
to me and said, I want this bad. I said, we're going to do it.
Oh, yeah, you remember that. I wanted that one.
I'm going to let you down.
And hey, we had to throw me. We pulled the best strategy ever. They threw my sorry ass against Frank, where we scratched that game. We knew Frank was going to beat me, and then we beat the hell out of him in doubles in the championship. So we threw some strategy on him there, but that was a big win, man. I'll never forget that one. That was good times, and you made a good run following that weekend, didn't you? As far as the ACO, because Matt and all of them was there. Everybody was under one roof at that point.
I finished third in Kenansville.
You finished third? I know you made a good run. You was right there at that top. Now, Rooster, you was on top of your game back then. You remember that one? Was you?
Kenansville, that was right about the end. I was on the downswing of everything. I can't remember what happened that time, but that was one where it was a driving there and driving back all in one day kind of thing. That's like a pretty heck of it's a
yeah, that where you had just driving.
Yeah, right.
Oh, well, I can tell you this, and this don't ever happen. I fucking made Shook pull over and told him, "You ain't killing me. I'm driving." And on the way home from there, and you know that.
Right.
All I heard was them damn shits on the damn side of the interstate. I said, "Pull over, brother. I got us." I done got me an hour nap in. I said, "Hell, I'll get us home from here."
But, yeah, because you ain't gonna be able to sleep with the rumble strips.
Oh no, and Shook driving us to start with is a damn little questionable, but he was a little better back then. He's wide open now, but hell, he's been on it too, man. Been throwing good. So shout out to Shook, man. He knows he's still my boy, man. I love his ass.
Oh, for sure.
All right, Derek. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on with us, man. It's been a blast, man. Man, it's great. Like I said, I told you earlier, man, I support you. I love y'all. I think y'all are best in the country, you ask me, but I'm biased. I'm a little homer. But and I appreciate you rocking the gas house over the years. I got you a shirt back there I'm about to bring to you out on the porch. Uh for OG's Cornhole Podcast shirt. And damn, I know Rooster appreciates you too. And I appreciate my man Rooster damn coming on and damn bearing with me. We was a little late on this episode. But it's just tough getting everybody together, and we'll be bringing more content. And once the World Championships get closer, we're gonna be following Derek and Josh, and hopefully, we'll be bringing a World Championship back to Gas House.
That's what I'm hoping for.
That's what we all hoping for. Rooster, you got anything before we get out of here, man?
No, I ain't got nothing. It's great to have y'all on, and like Keith was saying, y'all are excellent. Y'all are the best representatives for Gas House right now. It's like Gas House couldn't be represented any better than
No.
you and Josh for sure.
Oh, it's awesome, man. And I know, I kind of pump it up a little more than others, but damn, I'm truly proud of them cats, man. They are really, really at that top level, man, where I feel like they can beat anybody in the country. And they're having to come after them instead of them being nervous when they come up the board. They're nervous playing against the Hollands. You know what I mean? So
They're
shout out,
psyching
man.
they're
Just keep
psyching
grinding,
people
brother.
out in other rounds, looking forward to them. You know what I'm saying? We were saying earlier, they got other people looking at past their game, saying, "Oh man, we might have to play the Hollands next." That's what you guys are doing,
Oh
Derek.
yeah.
You're psyching people out. You got people losing games they shouldn't lose because they're looking forward to playing y'all.
Hey, before we gotta get out of here, is my boy Shane back there? I ain't got to see him throw a little bit, but he's been coming to the regionals. He's getting back. He's getting close, ain't he?
Oh yeah, I watched him down at Rock Hill. Played a couple games down there. He actually had Josh first game down there, and ended
Yeah.
up pulling that one out.
Yeah, and that's anytime you can, get lucky and get the better of Josh, and he got both Gores the first regional, so
Yeah.
a lot of people's looking down on him, but I feel like he's right there coming back. He's putting the work in, man. I'm
Oh yeah.
excited to see Shane come back and see what he can do in the conference. Conference coming up 2 weeks. Rooster won't be able to make it, unfortunately, but I'll be down there recording a little bit, them getting some games and shit, and be supporting the Hollands and the Climmers and all our damn gas house crowd for sure.
Well, we
But
gotta have to either get back at Nate's and do a cookout or something over there, and get all the old school people back in there too, and just everybody in there throw one day.
oh yeah, for sure.
Oh hell
And
yeah!
but it's kind of breaking news, but John Clemmer's gonna run the 600 tournament for us again.
Okay.
So we're gonna be back out at 600 this year. I'm gonna have to separate it in two divisions, but I'm gonna make y'all play for $100 team. You want to be a big dog? Let the big dogs eat. You know what I mean? Put up
Great.
$100. Right then, we'll see what happens. But so we hope to have y'all out there for that one. That's always a big time.
Oh
But
yeah.
all right, brother. Well, we're gonna end it with that. And Rooster, I appreciate you. Like I said, Derek, thank you for joining
Oh
us,
yeah.
man. We look forward to
Any Rooster?
watching you this year, man. And, hey, after you win a big one, you got to come back home with us. That cool?
I'm good with that.
I feel you, man. Good luck. Damn, congratulations on the recent success. And we'll be watching, man. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
See ya.
Peace, dog.
I
Go
hate to.
Heels, by the way. Go Tar Heels. All right, boys. I'm still struggling with stopping. Here we go.